Hey guys, Sean here. We were reviewing a case in Florida today, or Jeff was, I should say, underwriting a case in Florida. And by doing that, I mean he was double checking the docket on the particular case. And it's a substantial amount. It's over $90,000 in surplus funds created. In looking through the docket, this is what happened. The gentleman went down, got in a bidding war for a homeowners association foreclosure property. He won $100,000. The reason I'm telling you guys about this is it teaches you so many lessons. It's insane. Guy never checked to see if there was any other debt against the property. He buys it for $100,000 in a bidding war against another investor. Literally within weeks, the property gets foreclosed upon by a bank. Had he checked title, he would have known there was also a mortgage against the property. He would have also known, if he had talked to an attorney, that Florida is not it is not a super lien state. HOA does not rise to the top and knock out other debt. By the way, most states that say they're super lien have since become non-super lien as far as HOAs, homeowners associations, are considered. Anyway, as a result of him doing that, he created over $90,000 in surplus funds through the HOA foreclosure. He bid on it. He bid over $90,000 more than the debt that was being foreclosed on by the HOA. Now, bank had an option. The bank could go after the surplus that was over 90, or they could foreclose on the property. Or they could have done both. The bank could have gone and claimed that surplus and then had a foreclosure if there was still money that they were owed. Understand that. Their right to foreclose was not kicked out by the right of the HOA foreclosing. This is why, guys, short sales happen. In a short sale, additional debt is wiped. Or you're dealing with the bank and they're willing to take less, and they'll negotiate, or you'll negotiate with secondary liens and so forth, just to make the thing fly. All right. So he freaks out. He sees the money. He makes a claim on the money. He's not owed the money. He didn't own the property at the time of the foreclosure. How could he have fixed that? Well, if he had done the research and there hadn't been a mortgage against the property, he could have just bought the deed from the owner pre-foreclosure and then paid off the debt if he wanted. That's one option. Or he could do what he did. Now, if he had bought it using our deed flip program, double check the debt, which is the first thing we tell people to do. Double check, see if there's any other debt. First of all, he wouldn't have bought it, right? Because he would have known about the extra debt. But let's say there wasn't any other debt and he bought it using the deed flip program. He could have got that property substantially cheaper. There was about a $7,000 HOA lien. Obviously, you still have to catch up taxes and that type of thing, guys, if they're unpaid. And if somebody's not paying their HOA, they're not paying their taxes. In this case, taxes were probably being paid through the mortgage, and they were probably coming out of an escrow account. Anyway, he could have bought it from the owner. If there hadn't been other debt, he could have bought it from the owner. Give the owner something, $20,000, $30,000, pay off the debt, own the property for $30,000, $40,000. Are you kidding me? He could have done that. So what happens? Well, first of all, he's not due the surplus he created. That's due to the last owner prior to the sale. Now, here's the second thing. He still could have been okay. The mortgage company came in and foreclosed. They don't have to pay anything else off, right? They came in and foreclosed on the property. Had there been surplus created, the question to you guys, would it have been due to him because he was the owner, having bought it in an HOA foreclosure? He was the owner. Would it have gone to him? Well, in this case, no. Because in Florida, it's in a mortgage foreclosure, it's not the last owner that's due the surplus funds. It's the owner that's listed on the lis pendens, which is the judgment the bank took out in order to foreclose on the property. The lis pendens happened months prior to this, before that gentleman that bought it at the HOA foreclosure owned the property. So even then he's out of luck. So what has this guy accomplished by going in like a bull in a a china shop, and I feel for the guy, okay? But my sympathy level isn't there. He went in, didn't check debt, bought the property for 90-some thousand more than the debt that was being foreclosed on at the time, the HOA foreclosure. Then went to the court, got denied going after the surplus funds. This guy, what did he accomplish? The only thing he accomplished was he created over $90,000. $90,000 in surplus funds. I'll be doing a video where I actually cover the whole case with you later. Right now, we're trying to get a hold of the owners prior, who are going to get a kick out of the fact that they're owed 90 grand, losing it over $7,000 worth of debt. Have a nice day.